it's two teams I don't trust. But you got Notre Dame coming in a 2-point dog against Georgia. No Carson Beck. PSA. Want to let y'all know he is done. Got to get some surgery. The backup's going to play. Oh, but wait. That's the backup that beat the Longhorns. I know that guy. So with that said here, Georgia, a 2-point favorite with a backup quarterback. Let's just start there. Is that disrespectful to Notre Dame?
So, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily disrespectful, but I mean, I'm just going to start with this. I mean, let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Do we really think that anybody wanted to see Georgia play Indiana in the quarterfinals? Honestly, no. There's just no way.
Not in that circumstance. In a dome at a neutral site, I think it would have been a really good game. I really do.
I agree. But, I mean, because we just talked about the Rose Bowl with Oregon and Ohio State. That's going to be massive no matter what. The other two quarterfinal games, I'm sorry, it's not what this game is going to be. Because Georgia, in my opinion, they are probably the most talented team in college football, maybe 1B next to Ohio State or Texas or Oregon. But the problem with Georgia is that they rarely play like it. Where with Notre Dame, they're starting 22. They're talented enough to do just about anything to go ahead, hang around with these Bulldogs. And like you said, no Carson Beck. It's going to be Gunnar Stockton. It could very well be an issue. And the way I see it, Notre Dame, they rarely get the respect that they deserve. And I can't believe I'm saying that because the way I see it, I just have never believed in them. But I feel like they deserve it because realistically, they've dominated everybody. Well, I mean, we're not going to talk about Northern Illinois, are we? Are we really going to do that right now on this
show? We can let that one go, you know?
Yeah. We'll let that one go. But I mean, we have to look at the eye test and what we've seen recently. And the last time that we saw Georgia, they were turning it up extra notches here in the second half of the SEC championship game to go out and beat Texas the way that they did with a backup quarterback. Notre Dame's 13th game, the scoreboard is not indicative of what the game was. It was 27-17 there in Notre Dame. But that game, it wasn't really that close to being that tight at all. And this game, it has all the makings of being something special. It really, really does. But Notre Dame, it doesn't have the Indiana lines to push around anymore. You've got to go up against a Georgia line because Indiana, they had a great blocking scheme and the stats proved it, but they don't have the talent to just go absolutely bananas here on the Irish. And nobody really on the Irish's schedule had that except for maybe Texas A&M. And that was in the season opener before anybody really knew what Texas A&M or any team was going to be, though. But, I mean, I guess with the Indiana game, it was all on one run. You take away that 98-yard run, how was the rest of that game? Wait, they only averaged 2.8 yards per carry?
Thank you. Tell them. Thank you.
That's the thing. You take away the home run bomb from Jeremiah Love, which, again, I will give him all the credit in the world. He did what he needed to do. He booked it down that sideline, 98 yards. He said, Rudy, this one's for you, touchdown, Jesus. I'm taking this one to the house. But after that, the Indiana run game stepped up. And again, Indiana's run defense, it is not Georgia. It just is not the same level here. And
if they go for 98 again, we might have to get some Notre Dame tattoos or something because it's just not going to happen.
We'll have to do something. But I think the other guy,
give me an ND right here. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, there you go. But I do have to mention the other guy here on the screen, and that's going to be Riley Leonard because he's been on an absolute tear at this point through the season. He's hitting close to 75% of his passes over the last 3 games. But mind you, that's also because the run game is finally putting it together for him. But he's also going to go ahead and face the toughest secondary that he has faced in this entire season as well. Conversely, the Bulldogs, I mean, we saw what they've been able to do. We've seen Wisner, we've seen Blue, but what happened to that Texas run game against Georgia? Wait. It never even showed up. It just didn't show up. I mean, Jalen Milroe and Georgia Tech's Haynes King were only able to hit 65% of their passes. I mean, it is going to be a group effort here for Notre Dame to even get the win. I think Georgia's defensive line is going to be there. But Notre Dame, they are so good at tackling. And it is so, so hard to say that it is going to be anything less than that. I think the real problem for Georgia is going to be the turnovers because Notre Dame, they forced 2 or more in 9 of their 13 games. Georgia, they have had a turnover problem here in recent weeks. But, I mean, Riggs, let's be honest, my guy. How do you pick against Georgia? How do you do it? I mean, we've really seen what this team can do when they decide to play the game. Texas, they had no answers there in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, they had absolutely no. Yeah,
it's just,
dude.
I just don't think I can do it. Notre Dame, and it's not a slight against you guys. I've been burnt by trying to pick against Georgia in the past. It's a fool me once, shame on me.
Every time you go against them, what happens, bro? I've been saying this for like 3 years.
They win.
Every time. Yep.
And I'm not about to do it again. I'm taking the Bulldogs 24-20.
24-20. That's pretty damn close to where I am, man. I mean, once again, 43.5. So Ian's at what, half a point there on the over. So try to find it at 43, guys, if you're with Ian on this one. Look, man, here's the thing. If I go on Georgia and they lose, Ian, I can live with myself, bro. Like I really, it's like, okay, I took who I believe is better team, a better coach, a better defense, and I lost. And sure, you can say that in this game, Notre Dame have the quarterback advantage, but Riley's just not, I've never watched him been like, damn, dude, this kid's good, man. He sometimes is an incredible game manager, and he can be consistent in moments, and he can make the big throw in moments. There was that one throw, right, that we saw last week that I was just like, yo, that was a dime, dog. And outside of that, he doesn't impress me much here. So I'm not going to get too far into this one. I don't love Notre Dame. I'm going to fade Notre Dame. Give me the Bulldog to get this thing done with a backup quarterback. I'll tell you what, though, I'm concerned for them next week. I'm concerned for whoever wins this game next week. But for this week, give me Georgia to get this thing done. And on that over-under really quickly, I mean, look, 50 or 43.5. Give me the under. I don't trust Riley Leonard. I don't trust the backup, and I love Georgia's defense. Bang, bang. Niner gang? All right. Anyway, we are moving on through here. That is a wrap for us, guys. I don't know. I said bang, bang, and what comes after bang, bang? Niner gang, baby. So with all that said, guys, we're going to get up out of here for the day. We appreciate you guys so much. This has been the 2024 CFP quarterfinal preview show. Ian McClintock, Riggs Tamburo. Good luck to you guys in the games. As we always tell you, do not bet anything that you can't afford to lose. Good luck to all of you, and we will see you guys for the next round.